parish were really complaining about the fact that we didn't have an evening mass on Sunday. They had to go elsewhere for mass on Sunday night. In answer to their challenge, I challenged them to let's put together an evening mass and see if it works. And so we started a mass at 6 o'clock. And then Peter volunteered to play. That's how we got jazz, because he's a jazz musician, and it was an act of God.
See me with my bass, I'm kind of hard to mess with the bass. Coming and going from my apartment, and at first he was trying to get me to come to mass. He's very good at that, arm twisting.
Well, with Peter, Peter lived on the block, and as is my custom, I say hello to people that I don't know, and then invite them to church. And if I don't see them in church, especially if I know they're Catholic, I keep reminding them that that's where they're supposed to be. And Peter was one of those people.
When we started, we didn't have any music at all. In fact, Father just gave me this gather book, not the chords.
What a great group.
Jazz is kind of putting two kinds of music together to begin with, so in a way we're kind of continuing that tradition.
They call me Robbie. That's my nickname. When I first saw them, he took me by surprise, because not too many people do what Peter does. He's a bass player, and he sings, and he's singing in a different register. When I first heard Peter, I didn't know he was singing, in fact. And I heard them, and I said, wow, they were nice. So I just waited till it was over, and I walked up, and as I got closer, I realized he was singing. So I walked over to Peter and says, you know something? I said, you guys sound great, but you guys need a drummer.
Well, liturgy is a moment when, prayer, it involves all of our senses, so it's our minds, our hearts, and so there's a whole series of things. It's not just the prayers, it's not just the movements, but it's the music. And all of those things have to help and assist us in raising our minds and hearts to God. They're all part of the process. And jazz does that wonderfully for the crowd of people who come at 6 o'clock on Sunday night. People call it the mellow mass. It's the mellow mass, yes, but there's a lot of prayer that goes on here.
Not only is his music fantastic, and it's very upbeat and very provoking, but it really relaxed me, and I can become very lost in the music, and it also allows me to really focus in on liturgy.
It helps people to pray, and I think that's its purpose. I mean, any music at Mass, it's not just a performance. Whether it be the 11 o'clock Mass, where we have all kinds of great music of the past, usually, but if people just came to hear the music, and if the music didn't enable them to lift their minds and hearts to God, then it would be really useless. Same is true here. If people were just coming to just listen. But I think, as you notice, in prayer here, people become very much involved in the music, and the music pulls them in to this prayer. It does what it's supposed to do, I think.